Welcome to KetoMealsAndRecipes.com. Today I'm really happy to share one of my absolutely most favorite recipes. The one thing that I missed more than anything when I went on a full keto diet was ice cream. My craving for ice cream became so intense that my kids bought me an ice cream maker for my birthday last year. I was not craving just any ice cream. There was one in particular that I could not live without, and so I kept working on this recipe over the past year. And today I'm going to show you how to make my keto version of a wonderfully rich and silky smooth copycat keto version of Haagen-Dazs vanilla bean ice cream. Near the end of the video, there will be a side-by-side comparison of my keto version and the original Haagen-Dazs ice cream provided by my son Alexander. The macronutrient ratio for this recipe is 10.4 to 1, with 3.7 grams of total carbs, 0.1 gram of dietary fiber, resulting in 3.6 grams of net carbs per serving. For best and for consistent result, I would highly recommend that you prepare and measure out all of your ingredients before you start to make the custard, which is the first step. Part of the step 1 prep is to cut the vanilla bean in half lengthwise and then scrape out the seeds. If you have a nice plump vanilla bean, you will only need one seed pod to get enough seeds so that you will have the same appearance of speckled seeds as the Haagen-Dazs original. Then put both halves of the vanilla bean pods and all the scraped out seeds into your medium-sized saucepan. You have a choice now. You can use either whole full-fat milk or a nut milk of your choice. I prefer the unsweetened vanilla almond milk because it just adds to the amazing flavor. Next, pour in the heavy cream, add the best quality pure vanilla extract you can get, and then stir to combine all the ingredients. Place your pot onto the stovetop element, which is set to very low, and cook at a very slight simmer for about 30 minutes, but don't forget to stir occasionally. What you want to see is very light bubbles. You're not cooking this as you would a custard. All you're doing is cooking long and slow to have all the ingredients infuse, and especially for the vanilla bean to provide maximum flavor to the cream base. For this recipe, the longer cooking time is a bit different than the steps for a regular ice cream recipe, and this is what will create that luxurious Haagen-Dazs flavor. If you don't have time to do this slow cooking, I would recommend that you use an alternative vanilla ice cream recipe because it will not end up tasting like Haagen-Dazs. By the way, I'll also be posting a basic vanilla recipe that will be the basis of a lot of really amazing ice cream flavors. Because ice cream is one of my must-have treats, I will be posting several of my favorite recipes in the upcoming videos. In fact, here's a teaser. The next video will be my super easy and quick blueberry ripple frozen yogurt. Now that the cream has cooked, remove it from the heat and let it cool as you do step 2. For step 2, you can do this in a regular mixing bowl or a stand mixer bowl. Begin by adding the 6 egg yolks and add the sweetener. Whisk manually or with an electric mixer at low speed, just to combine well and until the yolks are a pale yellow. You don't want to add air to this mixture and make the yolk frothy. I actually usually do this manually when I'm not trying to record a video. Now it's time to slowly and in a steady stream add about 1 cup of your hot cream mixture. Whisk continuously as you pour. This will temper the egg so that you don't get curdled eggs. If you add too much and too quickly, you'll have to start all over again, and that would be a huge waste of ingredients. Make sure you add all of the vanilla seeds that were settled at the bottom of your cup. Whisk for 60 seconds and then begin to pour into the rest of the cream in a very slow, steady stream. Again, you must continue whisking as you pour. As I've mentioned, this is a precaution so that your egg mixture does not curdle. Then pour the combined liquid back into your saucepan, again scraping out any seeds that have settled at the bottom of your bowl. If you have removed the vanilla bean pods, add them back to the pot and set your element to very low heat. Cook and stir until the mixture reaches about 80 degrees Celsius or 176 Fahrenheit. It would be a really good idea if you can get yourself an inexpensive cooking thermometer. The one I'm using cost me under $6. When your mixture just reaches 80 degrees Celsius or 176 degrees Fahrenheit, then immediately remove from heat. Strain through a fine mesh sieve. This will remove any little lumps or curdled egg bits. Then set your bowl aside to allow the mixture to get to room temperature. A good way to test if your custard is at room temperature, is to simply put your hands around the outside of the bowl. And when the bowl does not feel warm anymore, it's at room temperature. Next, cover the custard cream with a layer of cling wrap so that your cling wrap actually touches and completely covers the surface. Placing the cling wrap in this manner will prevent a skin from forming on the surface while it's cooling in the fridge. Then refrigerate for several hours, or if you have time, overnight. I would also like to mention that this two-step cooling process is what will result in the formation of very small crystals and a very creamy and silky texture to your ice cream. The next step is to use whatever ice cream maker you have. Please follow the ice cream maker's manufacturer's directions as they vary from product to product. For machines that do not have a built-in compressor, make sure you have pre-frozen the tub. If you have a machine such as the one I'm using, which has its own compressor, pre-chill your tub. And when your equipment is ready, pour the chilled custard into the tub and choose either medium or hard setting. I like to set my machine to medium ice cream hardness because I usually don't serve it right away. Okay, now that my ice cream is done, I want to show you the texture. It is halfway between soft serve and regular ice cream. And if you notice, you can see the tiny vanilla bean seeds, just like in the original Haagen-Dazs version. When the ice cream is done churning in your machine, you can enjoy some of it right away, or place the ice cream into a freezer-safe airtight container. Cover the surface with cling wrap and then place the lid over the cling wrap. Now it's time to serve. I'm taking my ice cream out of the freezer and letting it stand for 5 minutes before I'm ready to serve it. But don't leave it out too long because your ice cream will melt very quickly at summer temperatures. This is because there are no stabilizers or preservatives in this recipe, as there would be in commercial ice cream brands. Speaking of commercial ice cream brands, I thought it might be a good idea to do a side-by-side comparison, as I mentioned earlier. So here's my store-bought Haagen-Dazs vanilla bean and my copycat keto version. Now I'm going to have my son Alexander test and comment on both samples. Alex, tell me your opinion. Specifically, how similar or different is the taste? What is the difference in texture between the two? How would you evaluate the sweetness? And is there any aftertaste in either?
It blew my mind when I tried them side by side. The taste, creaminess, and sweetness were all identical to me. It was just the aftertaste that differed. For me, I found yours was actually better in terms of aftertaste. The Haagen-Dazs was more sort of sugary, whereas yours had a nice smooth vanilla taste.
One last observation I made, and I would like to share with you. I scooped out both ice cream servings at the same time, and I thought my keto version would melt or somehow be different in texture. What I observed was that the two ice cream servings melted at about the same rate at 80 degrees Fahrenheit weather. Also, this very creamy keto version had the same mouthfeel as the original Haagen-Dazs and served and scooped in the same way as well. In conclusion, we absolutely love this recipe, and the side-by-side comparison verified my belief that my recipe is a really good copycat version. I hope you will give this keto Haagen-Dazs vanilla bean recipe a try very soon. In the meantime, enjoy. Thank you for watching and see you next time. The link to my blog where you can get the printable recipe will be in the description below.